Here is why Bruno Fernandes is irreplaceable at Manchester United. Number one, he creates chances at a level few players can match. The first reason Bruno Fernandes is irreplaceable at Manchester United is that very few players create chances at the level he does. You see, in modern football, creating chances is one of the most valuable skills a player can have. Many midfielders can pass the ball. Many midfielders can keep possession. Many midfielders can help their teammate control a game. But creating opportunities for teammates is different. It requires vision, it requires timing, and it requires the confidence to attempt difficult passes. That is what Bruno does better than most players. When Manchester United are struggling to break down a defense, Bruno is usually the player trying to find a solution. He is constantly looking for a runner. He is constantly looking for runners. He is constantly looking for space. He is constantly looking for ways to create danger. The problem with Manchester United is that players with this level of creativity are rare. Every club wants them. Very few clubs have them. And when they become available, they cost a fortune. That is why replacing Bruno Fernandes is much harder than simply signing another midfielder. Manchester United will need to find another elite creator, and there are not many of those in world football. Number two, he produces numbers every season. Another reason Bruno Fernandes is irreplaceable at Manchester United is his ability to consistently produce goals and assists. You see, football is ultimately about results. A player can look impressive. A player can complete passes. A player can dominate possession. But goals and assists win matches. Bruno has consistently delivered both. Year after year, he contributes directly to Manchester United's attack. And that consistency is what separates good players from elite players. Many footballers have one outstanding season. Some have two. But maintaining high levels of production over multiple seasons is much harder. That is what Bruno has done. Manchester United know what they are getting from him. They know he will contribute. They know he will create chances. They know he will be involved in goals. But replacing that kind of reliability is extremely difficult. Because when clubs spend big money on attacking players, there is no guarantee they will produce similar numbers. Some struggle with the pressure. Some struggle with the league. Some never reach expectations. Bruno is already proven. And a proven production is one of the hardest things to replace in football. Number three, Manchester United's attack is built around him. A third reason Bruno Fernandes is irreplaceable at Manchester United is that much of the team's attack is built around him. When Manchester United need creativity, they usually turn to Bruno. When they need a decisive pass, they usually turn to Bruno. When they need someone to make something happen, they usually turn to Bruno. That level of responsibility matters. Over time, teammates begin to trust certain players. Strikers make runs expecting Bruno to find them. Attackers move into space believing Bruno can deliver the pass. The team develops habits around his strength. That is why replacing Bruno is not just about replacing a player. It is about replacing a key part of how the team attacks. Even if Manchester United sign another talented midfielder, there is no guarantee he can immediately take on that responsibility. There is no guarantee he can build the same understanding with teammates. There is no guarantee he can build the same understanding with teammates. There is no guarantee the attack will function in exactly the same way. That is why losing Bruno would force Manchester United to change more than just personnel. It could force them to change how they play. Number four, his leadership is difficult to replace. Another reason Bruno Fernandes is irreplaceable at Manchester United is his leadership. Leadership is one of the hardest qualities to measure, but it is also one of the hardest qualities to replace. Bruno is a player who takes responsibility. He wants the ball. He wants to influence games. He wants to make things happen. Whether Manchester United are winning or losing, he remains involved. He communicates constantly. He pushes teammates. He demands standards. Not every player is comfortable with that role. Many players prefer to stay in the background. Bruno does not. He embraces responsibility. That mentality is important, especially at a club like Manchester United. The pressure is enormous. Every performance is analyzed. Every mistake is discussed. Every result becomes a major story. Not every player can handle that environment. Bruno has shown that he can. And that leadership cannot simply be purchased in transfer market. A club can buy talent. A club can buy potential. But leadership is much harder to guarantee. That is another reason replacing Bruno Fernandes would be extremely difficult. And number 5, replacing him would cost more than most fans realize. The strongest reason Bruno Fernandes is irreplaceable at Manchester United may be the cost of replacing him. Many fans think replacing a player is simple. Sell one player, buy another player, problem solved. But football rarely works that way. The first question Manchester United would have to answer is simple. Who would replace him? Because not many players can provide creativity, goals, assists, leadership, experience, and availability at the same time. The list becomes very small, very quickly. Then there is the financial side. Players with elite creative ability are expensive. Players with proven production are expensive. Players with leadership qualities are expensive. And players who combine all three are among the most valuable players in football. Manchester United could easily spend tens of millions of pounds trying to replace Bruno, possibly much more. Then there are wages, agent fees, signing bonuses, and perhaps the biggest risk of all, adaptation. What happens if the new player struggles? What happens if he needs a year to settle? What happens if he never reaches Bruno's level? That is the hidden cost people rarely discuss. And there is another possibility Manchester United may not even be able to replace Bruno Fernandes with one player. One signing might replace some of his creativity. Another might replace some of his goals. But replacing the complete package is a much bigger challenge. That is what makes Bruno Fernandes so difficult to replace. Not one specific quality, the combination of all his qualities. Now, the question is simple. If Manchester United decided to replace Bruno Fernandes tomorrow, who would they buy and how much would it cost? Drop your answer in the comments and see you in the next episode.